Colonel Marty Muchow leads Army units charged with ensuring proper response to domestic threats involving hazardous material, whether in a subway station or in the middle of Times Square. We spoke recently about a training exercise with the New York City Fire Department hazmat team.
Yes, our 59th Chemical Unit, CBRNE, which is Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear, did some combined training with the New York City Fire Department. The main purpose of the training was to increase our role in civil support missions. We did some joint training with them. And actually, the simulated exercise was there was a radiological device that had gone off in New York City, and New York Fire Department was doing screening at a reception center. As part of the civil support mission, we could come over and take over that mission from them, screening personnel before they enter the center to make sure that they're free of contamination, or if they are contaminated, do some decontamination before they're admitted into the center.
It's interesting because, you're mentioning, the domestic role. It's not something folks always associate with the Army. Can you expand a little bit about the mission of your group in that sense?
Sure, we support both the defense support to civilian agencies in multiple roles, and also the DSURF mission was the Defense CBRNE Response Force. The 59th Chem, who did this exercise with the New York City Fire Department, is also part of the current standing DSURF mission. So they have a responsibility to be on a very short notice that if there is a incident of chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear anywhere in the U.S., they are on a very short notice to respond to that, to provide their specialized CBRN training and expertise in order to help with personnel decontamination, or with screening or reconnaissance and sampling to ensure how big the threat is.
Okay, and obviously we have a lot of situations in the United States where there's concern from Homeland Security and so forth. How often or in what kind of circumstances are you all called in? Does that happen very frequently?
Well, thankfully it's never happened in a large-scale contingency for a chemical or a radiological incident. However, we do have forces that routinely interact with in the Defense and Civilian Support Agency. Primarily, it's our EOD forces that belong to 20th CBRNE Command. They routinely respond off military installations to pick up ordnance, explosive ordnance that has somehow lost custody of the United States government, or if the local police or federal police don't have a bomb technician in the area, we also respond to off-installation explosive ordnance incidents, primarily homemade bombs or IEDs.
So we're here in the Metro in Washington, D.C. I suppose something like transportation in general, are those circumstances where you might find yourself, in terms of the EOD mission, potentially responding?
I will say that state and federal authorities have done a great job recently, basically after 9/11, to vastly increase the number of EOD techs they have on their staff. So DC and most metro areas are very capable of taking care of most routine EOD incidents, most bomb calls. However, if there's an incident with multiple calls, that's when they rely on us, the military, to come and augment. If it exceeds their capacity or capability, we stand by to assist whenever we're called.
We often hear in terms of Homeland Security that there needs to be good collaboration between state and local jurisdictions and federal and defense. Where do you feel that stands, generally speaking? Is there a good collaboration and interaction going and happening there?
I think the collaboration between both state, local, and federal is excellent right now between the Department of Defense. We routinely do exercises to test both their capability and our capability, and we do it in a joint environment. The 59th Chem unit that just did the training with the New York City Fire Department is a great example. Not only did they do training in CBRN tasks, but they also got to take a tour of the city to see where some of the high-risk targets were. So if there ever is an incident, that unit who will respond there already knows the lay of the land in the area. And I think that's a good way to enhance that cooperation. Plus, we get to know them and their capabilities. They get to know us and our capabilities. So the first time we meet isn't in a crisis situation. We already understand each other's capabilities and can augment each other's response.
That's it this week for Defense News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jill Itoro.